Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Lalit Rao. I'm a film critic, editor of website www.cinema-poet.com website, and Anant Mahadevan is my guest today. We are at 19th International Film Festival of India 2014, where his latest film, Gour Dastaan, is being shown in the Indian cinema package. So, Anant, thank you very much for giving me a chance to talk to you. Anant, firstly, I would like to know, how did this transition happen from television to the world of cinema?
I think it was a very natural progression. I started off with theatre, and from theatre I went into television and then graduated to cinema. So exploring the three media step by step was very important, because theatre was very important as a base, a founding base for any actor. And then when I went into television, I sort of branched out into acting, writing and directing. And then when I came into cinema, it became acting, writing, directing and editing. So I guess I learned the ropes as I went along, and the media just kept getting bigger and bigger.
And Anant, I'm sure you must have been pleased by the response your film has generated. And it has been selected for other festivals also, such as Chennai International Film Festival and Bangalore International Film Festival. So my question to you is that, what is it that has captured the interest of the public here in your film, Gour Dastaan? What is your assessment?
You see, we all have some angst in our lives. We all want to achieve something or get something in life.
Yeah.
And when the system does not let you do it, when the system denies you your very existence, how do you actually fight the system? You and me, ordinary people, we are not equipped to conduct a fast at the Ram Leela grounds or do anything to that extent.
Yes.
Gour Das,
yeah.
the frail man that he is, it took him 30 years to get a freedom fighter certificate. He was an unsung hero. He was an ordinary man in a country that had gone wrong. And I think the audience identified with Das and his travails, because I don't think there's anyone in this country who has not been affected by bureaucracy, who has not climbed the stairs of a government office, and who has not had the agony of seeing his files not moving. And when you're up against such red tapeism, how do you actually confront that? How do you fight that without losing your cool, without losing yourself and your mind? So I guess Gour Das became, from an ordinary man, became an extraordinary character for an audience that had this angst within themselves, and they found the release, they found the escape in Gour Das.
Anant, you have different facets to yourself, television actor, now in a new avatar as a film director. But there's another facet of yourself as a filmmaker, let's say filmmaker who has made regional films. So could you talk about that phase of your life when you made Marathi films?
See, I've made one Marathi film, but talking about regional cinema, I think, you see, we should not equate Hindi cinema with Indian cinema.
Yes.
India,
it's a misnomer.
Yes, it's definitely a misnomer. And India has so many languages, India has so many cultures, India has so many people and regions and lands and stories and literature. So when I came across the story, again the real life story of Sindhutai Sapkal, who runs his ashram in Pune, she picks up abandoned kids from the street and gives them shelter. Her story went back to the mafusal areas of Vidarbha, and I felt that if this film was made in any other language other than Marathi, it wouldn't justify the subject that I had on hand. It wouldn't be authentic enough. So I made it in Marathi. Tomorrow I may find a subject that would suit Kerala, so it would be in Malayalam or Bengali. So we have the advantage of actually exploring so many regions in this country and putting them into the language of cinema. So that was a Marathi film I made, and I intend to make more films from different regions.
Okay. What was the actual thought process in your mind when you were making Gour Das? Because on the one hand, you wanted to depict an unsung hero And of course, you also wanted to highlight the problems of common man. But when you were actually filming the movie, what was going on?
See, Gour Das is a very tricky character to negotiate as a cinema subject.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of restraint, he had a lot of resilience, which probably could be written about but not shown visually. So how do you translate that resilience into cinema without making it look like a docudrama? And when we cast Vinay Pathak as Das, we were very clear that here was a thinking actor, here was an actor who was not given his due, here was an actor who was unfairly trapped in an image of a comic actor. But I knew Vinay would be capable of much, much beyond that.
Yes.
And the entire exercise of recreating Das in Vinay Pathak was a very interesting exercise because we had to make the character come alive. We had to be very careful that it wasn't a caricature or just a mimicry of a real life person. So that was the interesting challenge that we had in hand. And today when people saw the film and then they saw the real Das at the end of the film, there was a collective gasp because they felt that, Vinay had morphed into Gour Das so beautifully. So I guess that is what was the main criteria to make sure that we stay as authentic to the real subject as possible. And then we had so many interesting actors on board like Tanishta Chatterjee, Konkana Sen Sharma, Ranveer Shori, Vikram Gokhale and Rajat Kapoor. So I guess the entire ensemble fitted in perfectly to recreate what was the conundrum that I would call Gour Das.
And finally, no good viewer would type to pigeonhole cinema because cinema is cinema. But the kind of films which are coming, for example, even your film, Gour Das, from India, which have been bracketed under the independent cinema section. So do you think alternate avenues should be created to promote these films far beyond the realms of film festivals?
Yes, sometimes I often wonder whether the maddening, passionate crowd of a film festival that watches Gour Dastaan, would I find the same passion and the same kind of literate, intelligent audience to see it in theatres when it's released?
Yeah.
Now, what we need to do is, for films like this, we need to get multiplexes to reduce the cost of tickets.
True.
We need to sell 100 rupee tickets. We need to put it in the smallest Audi possible.
Yeah.
And we need to create a different kind of awareness. The entire promotion strategy can't match that of a multi-star or a big superstar film. Because for a film like Gour Dastaan, which is a medium budget film, a big concept but a medium budget film, we need to make sure that budgets don't go through the roof while marketing the film.
Yeah.
So, media like YouTube and social networking sites.
Yes.
I think these are the best sites where we can promote films like this. Create an awareness for people who are really, really thirsty and dying and hungry to watch cinema that would make sense.
Yeah.
Watch cinema that wouldn't insult their sensibilities.
Definitely.
And take you into another realm of entertainment that you knew existed in a very niche form but now needs a wider platform.
Definitely.
So I look forward to viewers like yours or viewers like you trying to spread the word that if you really want to see cinema that is substantial, cinema that has substance, and cinema that would make a difference to your viewing habits and to your sensibilities, then films like Gour Dastaan need to be spoken about, written about, rather than being paid for to publicize.
Definitely. So, Anant, thank you very much for speaking to me, and I wish you all the best with this film and other forthcoming projects. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.